When pumpkin season goes into full swing, is there anything better to do with them than turn them into cinnamon rolls? I mean, hello, look at that gooey goodness. Yes, please. Cinnamon buttercream melts into the nooks and crannies to make this your new fall favorite cinnamon roll. So grab a cup of hot cocoa. It's time to bake some magic in Mrs. Kringle's kitchen. In a large bowl, combine 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 packets of fast-acting yeast, and give it all a whisk to combine. In a microwave-safe bowl, add your 3/4 cup of canned pumpkin, 1 cup of water, and 3 tablespoons of butter. Microwave it for 15-second increments until the water is very warm but not hot to the touch, about 120 degrees. In a large bowl or stand mixer with a dough hook, add the flour mixture from earlier, and then the microwaved water mixture, and the egg. Mix until a sticky dough starts to form. Begin adding the rest of the flour gradually until a dough ball begins to form. Flour a surface and begin kneading the dough for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the dough bounces back when pressed with 2 fingers. Place the dough in a bowl and cover with a tea towel to allow the dough to rest for about 10 minutes, and then it's time to make the filling. I use a 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar and 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Cut them together until combined completely. Flour your surface and turn your dough out and flour your rolling pin. Roll into about a 12 by 16 inch rectangle. Take your 3 tablespoons of softened butter and spread over the surface of the dough. Take your brown sugar spice mixture and sprinkle it over the butter. Be generous, and then pat it lightly into the butter. Starting with the side closest to you, begin rolling the dough tightly away from you. Pinch the dough together to seal it. Using unflavored wax dental floss, cut your rolls. Knives just squish the roll. Slide the floss under the roll to the middle. Crisscross the floss at the top, removing any slack, and quickly pull the floss so that it cuts through the dough. You can see the dough is completely intact with no squished knife edges. Continue cutting the dough into 6 pieces on each roll with a floss and place the cut side down into a greased 13 by 9 pan. There's nothing I like to see more than cinnamon rolls with actual cinnamon in them. Doing it at home seems to be the only way you can get them that way these days. Cover them with a tea towel and allow them to raise in a warm place for 45 minutes. You can turn your oven on the warm setting and then turn it off and then put your rolls in there to rise if your home doesn't have a warm spot. While those are rising, let's make the frosting. To 2½ cups of powdered sugar, add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and whisk to combine. In a large bowl, add the powdered sugar, add 1 stick of softened butter and begin mixing. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and start with 2 tablespoons of milk and whip until combined. That's it for a thick consistency, but add up to 2 tablespoons more milk for a thicker whipped frosting. If you want to add an artisan touch, you can add vanilla bean paste, about 1/2 teaspoon. People go nuts for the flecks. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees and bake for 18 to 22 minutes or until the rolls are golden brown. Oh yeah, baby. Ooh, you could cut these in half like as is and make French toast. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let them cool for 10 minutes if you want the gooey frosting, 20 if you want the frosting to stay fluffy. I went for gooey, obviously. If you want even more pumpkin flavor, add a 1/4 cup of puree to the frosting. Darn, guess I'll have to make another batch. Pumpkin cinnamon rolls are fall's way of saying, "Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, you lucky dog." Don't forget to eat it from the outside so that your last bite is the delectable middle. If you want the full printable recipe, go to mrskringleskitchen.com. Consider subscribing and click the bell to be notified when new videos go live.